no more mistakes can be done in this stage, this point of the tournament, just because of the fact that they are both on the lower brackets. So that means whoever loses this will have to say goodbye to the tournament. Though at the same time, both of these teams have already qualified for Japan.
Yeah, we'll be seeing them in PUACL finals in Japan on March 29th to the 30th. So really quite excited on what's gonna happen out there, and for sure, everyone is looking forward to it. I mean, these teams have been top-notch, dominating the league so far, but right now, we have to set the prioritization of who is going to be crowned as champions, or as champion of PUACL in Southeast Asia. Right now, BRU up against Paper Rex once again. Mimikyu, Blastoise, Zacian, and Garchomp not going to be available for this game, and very sad, locks in the Hoopa for their fast rotation.
Right, and there we have it. It's going to be starting off with the Hoopa pick here coming from Verisad's story, and then HG with Urshifu, which I just discussed that we haven't really seen them play a different character, a different Pokemon rather. But because you have to understand, like, Urshifu is very, very reliable, and you can't go wrong with Urshifu. So, Yimu though going into this arena, so that is going to be a different pick. Maybe going to be played by a different player when they do their final adjustments. But then again, Buriram United Esports is going to be going in for the Ceruledge, and for the first time ever for today at the very least, we're going to be seeing the Miraidon.
Oh yeah, I'm quite excited for this Miraidon because it is always banned or it gets replaced by other attackers such as Mewtwo. But might just tell you, speaking of Mewtwo is available to actually be used by Paper Rex if they do want to attack.
I don't think we're going to be seeing the Mewtwo, not in this kind of composition, especially that they already have the backlane attackers here for both of the teams. Ayaka with that of the Miraidon, and then of course on the side of Paper Rex, well, honestly, they still don't have backlane attackers. Right? Maybe Solo could Mewtwo. And there you go, Mewtwo. If not, maybe we can see some Armor Rouge again.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And Glaceon is actually a possibility as well if they do want that sure hits with the Ice Shard. So a lot of possibilities still, but right now it's gonna be the Mewtwo, probably the best option that has yet to come in this draft. And so far for both teams, I'm quite convinced with BRU being able to dominate this game from start to finish, knowing that they have the early game prowess with the Miraidon. They do have mid game, which is of course Rainy D with the Ceruledge, and everything is just a follow-up. They just need Very Sad and Pupaza to execute things down. And might I tell you, Pupaza, well, being recognized by their fellow players and of course opponents, that he is one of the top defenders out there in this league.
Right, and man, I'm just you know what I'm thinking right now? I am just ready to see another set of Meteor Storms here coming in from that of the the Miraidon, because again, we haven't seen it in quite a while.
Yeah, and those meteorites, how to call it, like as a whole, it's a bright future meteor storm. There we go. Yeah, really excited to see it because aside from the the zoning capabilities that it could give, the space that it could give for your team, it does deal a huge amount of damage as well. And it's not just that, you still have Revenant Ren from the Ceruledge, you still have Craze, a lot of options for BRU to deal out a huge amount of damage in just a glimpse. And they have a lot of setup as well. Woodhammer, Phantom Forest, Rings and Bound if they want reinforcements.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Buriram United Esports looking pretty great in terms of their composition. So honestly, could go to any players here, really, any team this match, just because of the fact Paper Rex a really strong composition as well. They do have their sustain. Buriram United Esports does have the Hoopa, but the thing is, if Buriram United Esports takes down the Hoopa, then there goes the sustainability coming from that of Buriram United Esports as well. So they have to be careful of Verisad's story, as you have mentioned. But then again, that is where the the Trevenant or the Phantom as of the moment is going to be coming into place.
Yeah, for sure, and they do need those secondary options as well. Very sad for the regain of HP, and of course, as we speak, that Woodhammer is coming in from the Trevenant later on. But I feel like there's somewhat lacking here. I feel like it's the secondary setup because yes, Trevenant does have a lot of options, but he's just a single Pokemon compared to what we've witnessed before. That there are secondary options, just like the Psychic Solaire of an Espeon rather, or any other attackers and defenders out there.
Yeah, I mean, both of them still trying to get their stacks right now, and well, there's still nothing really major happening as of the moment. We're just waiting for the birds really to come up again, and at the very least, though, at least Buriram United Esports was able to acknowledge the fact that the Sini is trying to invade their central area and was able to punish through properly as well.
Yeah, speaking of punish. Right now, Paper Rex wants to punish Buriram United Esports as fast as they can. They know the facing that there has to be the Swablues and Altaria into the middle side of the map. So Plaza is keeping an eye on them. Wow, look at that!
Wood hammer.
Plus Wood Hammer being able to do a minimal amount of crowd control. But again, Paper Rex wins the bout on that Swablues and Altaria.
Right, and look at that though. It is what I like here is that both of these teams aren't really being aggressive, and they know their place. They know when to go in and when to go out, and just like that, Buriram United Esports was able to put in some scores. So was able to try to score at the very least, but still acknowledge the fact that they need to get away as well.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, speaking of getting away right now, Paper Rex, they have to overcommit here because of the objective, which is the minor objective actually. But Electro Drift would land it down, take the knockout. Buriram United Esports doing the work here, doing the job right. Winning a couple of team fights, but the conversion in terms of scoring is not going to be quite present yet.
Yeah, I mean, look at this though. 11-21 still the play of the game here, but Paper Rex is able to take down the Miraidon, which, quite unfortunately, again, we haven't seen in quite a while, but it's going to be going back into the Pokemon Center, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade here for both of the teams. Still nobody's favor in this moment.
Yeah, nobody's favorite indeed. And we have the Snarl here actually coming in from the Umbreon instead of the Wish. So definitely that would give a lot of debuff at the side of Paper Rex, which is they actually do need it if that Urshifu is not available. But on the other hand, that last hit coming in from the Regirock, additional defense would land at the hands of Buriram United Esports, but that prowess coming in from the Zero Edge would deny it as quick as they could, and that's a ton of gold happening or landing at the hands of Buriram United.
Yes, sir, and there you have it, 82 points into the side of Paper Rex, but now they're going to be answering back with their own scores as well. 85 is going to be the play of the game here with the Regieleki as well, and just like that, going to be able to destroy the first score goal with the Reverend Red as well. Going to be able to take down, well, they're not going to be able to put a lot of damage, but it is going to be Paper Rex putting out the reverse Uno card despite having the Reverend Red as well. They're going to be 4 down to the center of Buriram United Esports, as only the Hoopa is up left here, and the Hoopa tries to get in again.
And that is going to be the name of the game right now. More goals are coming up and falling down for Paper Rex, making sure that Buriram United Esports needs to catch up a lot after that bout or team fight that they had. And those Swablues and Altarias definitely would land at the hands of Paper Rex. Very great benefit coming in from their team. And definitely Paper Rex should take advantage of this one.
Oh yeah, and here we have it going into this match right now. 5-minute mark into the game, and well, at least we are still in the equilibrium. Everyone is still on the equal footing. At the moment, nobody has an advantage over the other. Not quite yet, but as I stated, Ageless is going to be taken out as Paper Rex is trying to defend the top path. Quintessendus just to be able to take down the Miraidon as well, and now the backup coming from the Paper Rex has completely wiped down everyone into the side of Buriram United Esports up top.
Up top indeed, and they could actually get the objectives as soon as they can at the side of Paper Rex. It could be the top path, it could be the bottom path, whichever they want. They have the spacing that they need, but Buriram United Esports would set their prioritization all the way into the Regis to get that HP regen that their team needs, because they have defense, and the squishiness would land immediately. And Hoshi managed to land those the buffs later on. Oh!
Oh, you're right. No,
Damage.
Retro Drift. It's not gonna be enough though. Not gonna be able to take down anyone at all. But look at that. Revenant Red is gonna be able to take down the Mutant, but it's gonna be a 1-for-3 trade. Was that really worth it? Yes, it will be worth it, as they were able to take down the Umbreon as well. And now the Regice.
Oh yeah, perfectly calculated, just as they planned. And right now they want to apply the pressure all the way into the top path to get this Regieleki, and then march it all the way down into the goal zone of Paper Rex.
Here we go. Buriram United Esports now trying to get in as much, what do you call this, objective as possible. But unfortunately for them, Paper Rex is going to be able to steal away the Regieleki, but they are going to be able to do a reverse Udakar once again, as they were able to take down that first Shafu. No, make the two. That is the Blissey as well. No, they're not stopping here because they are not done yet, as they want to still push in. Yimo now low on HP, but would they be able to do the job here? No, they will not. But the Aegis Slash, unfortunately, is going to be taken out, and the Umbreon as well.
And perfectly timed hyperspace hold to go back into the Pokemon Center, use the jump pads, go back into the bottom path, and make sure that rotations will be on their favor. Might I tell you that Regieleki has landed all the way into the top path. Sure, 47 points for Paper Rex to make the lead even larger.
Right, and man, Paper Rex, right? Paper Rex does have the lead in terms of points and attack speed, but the thing is, in terms of team fights and pick-offs, Buriram United Esports has them in the bag, bro. And look at this, though. Umbreon tries to get away. Bocce, though, fortunately, was able to get a Salad Berry and was able to get away just in the nick of time, bro.
Yeah, and that movement speed is very important. Made it on time to get the goal. 14 points in the bag. And of course, hyperspace hold to go back into the base. But look at the bottom path looking good once again for Paper Rex. Urshifu already on its position.
Wait, did you hear the Queen's Ascendance was used?
Yeah, Queen's Ascendance was used. It wasn't used.
It wasn't, right? Was it used because of the Unite move?
Because the yellow wart is actually on Serena, but the commitment is gonna be here. Infinite Sniper was the board.
3 down to the center of Paper Rex, though, as they want to do it more. We're not gonna be seeing a little bit of an action here, as Rainy Day is now bursting down the Rayquaza. Would they be able to seal this one away? I don't think so. And that is it. Buriram Esports was able to secure the Rayquaza. Unfortunately, we didn't see some of the actions, with the exception, of course, of the Revenant Ren being used by Raining D. And after that, the burst down of the Rayquaza is all we saw, and now they just need to put in the points. Still, Paper Rex is on the lead, 294 to 268. As I say that, they were able to score in, but still not enough. 1 minute is still a lot. If they cannot put the score in, then Paper Rex still has a chance to do a reverse one.
Yeah, they could actually still flip this one. Hyperspace hold to go back into the base. Quite smart. But they have to go back and defend that tier 1 goal zone all the way into the bottom path, because Paper Rex might actually eye on the prize right now.
The first Squoggle is still up, down bottom for Buriram United Esports. But they need someone defending. They need someone defending to the side of Paper Rex. Here we go. They're in the lead. But look at this.
Points up top.
50 points up top, and the Hoopa as well, putting in some
100. 100 points.
Yeah,
is it gonna land?
That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Unfortunately, the Rings and Bound too. The Rings and Bound, and nobody in Paper Rex does have any points at all. And just like that, beautiful Rings and Bound coming in from Buriram Esports, right timing, and was able to put in some scores. Beautiful stuff for them.
What a sneak attack! And a Rings and Bound in order to seal it away, and they don't have enough Aeos energy, and this Revenant used up or invested the Phantom Forest in order to delay things down, because those Aeos energies is what they need, but not gonna be quite enough to catch up. And Buriram United Esports takes game number 1 up against Paper Rex.
That was very, that was very close as well. Paper Rex would have been, could have gotten that, really, if they did have someone defending their score goals. Obviously, they needed to, but at the same time, let me put it this way, right? They were forced into an option select, whether they defend or whether they attack. And obviously, they needed to attack, so they had to sacrifice the defense. But because of that, they were scored on, essentially, some back points into their side. Unfortunately for them, they didn't have a lot of points. If they did have a lot of points against that of a Buriram United Esports, then maybe they could have like gotten the scores as well. But again, Buriram United Esports, man, it's they were, it was a ping pong really. It was a back and forth of one of the teams. As I mentioned earlier, it could have been anyone's entire game as well. Not always, but most of the time.
Yeah, the percentage, the probability, it's so high that you get the W. Like whenever you get that
90-10?
Yeah, like,
90%
like
you win the time.
Yeah, you can put it on 95 and 5 actually.
Yeah.
It's very slim, but whenever you, here's the thing, there's actually two things. Number one, if your point is really down at the bottom of the line and you get a Rayquaza, maybe it won't be enough unless you do a lot of overcapping, right? But here's the thing, if you just shoot short 100 points, definitely that would be put into a disadvantage because yes, you do get 500 points in free, but your opponent has 700, so not gonna make it even further. So you have to build up your lead as much as possible in the early, but in higher level competitions such as this one, maybe you want that tier 1 or tier 2 goal zone to be available as much as possible in the last 2 minutes.
Yules, look this. I am quite interested that we didn't really get to see a Hoopa or a Miraidon Respect Band.
Wow.
Instead, we're going to be seeing possibly the same set of Pokemon that we saw earlier. Yeah, there we go. Hovering into the Miraidon, still just like earlier, starting off with the Hoopa, then the Miraidon, and then the Surludge. We might be able to see the same set of Pokemon going into this game.
Yeah, Mewtwo actually wasn't banned as well. It's actually the same ban from game number 1, so big possibility it's a mirror. Nothing's wrong with their lineup. It's all about execution.
Oh wait, never mind. The Trevenant is now up. The Umbreon is out. The Trevenant's in.
Oh, I would love to see a Mamoswine out here. Definitely. See?
Oh yeah?
Mamoswine is just another form of a Trevenant.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're gonna agree with me? But yeah, total same move set actually. Ice Fang, high horsepower, or whatever the lead you want to try and get.
Right.
But that's basically Oil Leech and Wood Hammer.
It's like, it's what do you call this? How do I say it? It's like Mamoswine is the single targeted version of Trevenant, and Trevenant is like the AoE area of effect version of the Mamoswine. As you had mentioned, it's just the same, almost the same kind of like Pokemon, but the big difference is that these Pokemon is either single targeted or multi-targeted. So that's where we are at the moment. So now most of them are still the same. The only big difference is that the Trevenant is now into the side of Paper Rex, and it's now being replaced with the Mamoswine, and it's a Paper Rex instead of they now have obviously the Trevenant, right? Instead of what did they use again earlier?
Oh, I forgot as well.
The Umbreon, there we go, the Umbreon.
Yeah.
Instead of the Umbreon, they're now going in for the Trevenant, as they stole it away from that of, the Buriram United Esports. And yeah, that's pretty much the difference between the composition of both. And there's not really much of a difference for both of them, really. It's just that there's more disposition, there's more repositioning prowess into the side of Buriram United Esports than they did earlier with that other Trevenant.
Yeah, and definitely that Trevenant would be a big value as well for Paper Rex heading towards this game number 2 because, Umbreon is much more on a single target. And they do have but right now, they do get an area of effect when you manage to land that Wood Hammer perfectly. Having that Horn Leech, you're going to be creating a lot of space here on.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that. Hone Edge trying to survive. Oh, wow. Beautiful. The showdown, the Shadow Sneak was worked out pretty well for the Hone Edge just to be able to get away and survive for later. And as we mentioned, it's as much as you can get KO'd in the very early first minute mark, you, as much as possible, try not to, because that would give some resources to your opponent, right?
Yeah, and definitely that's the best case scenario that we actually look forward to. But right now, it's gonna be the Swablues and Altaria. Once again, Bochi doesn't have anyone on his track because a lot of them rotated all the way to the top end, and it's just the Hoopa. So after the score, we expect the hyperspace hole to be there, and rotation will commence for BRU. But I feel like it's not yet available because of the level 4 only of Hoopa.
Right, and HD right now, look at that, already at level 6. This is going to be a problem here for Buriram United Esports, but then again, we have to consider that we have the Starledge already at level 6 as well, but also the Tarina is already at level 6. So definitely PaperX is on the lead in terms of the XP, and they can, if they want to, go and force the issue against that of Buriram United Esports. But then again, that's not what that's not what they're gonna be doing, and they just want to play it carefully, slowly, and very systematically. But look at this though, we're gonna be seeing a bit of an action into the central area with Grassy Glide as Dropkick as well. Grassy Glide rather.
Yeah.
And Grassy Glide is gonna be the play of the game here, just to get in a little bit more ring position along with that of the Trevenant. But look at this, the pressure coming from PaperX. They want to put in their scores as much as possible, and Buriram United Esports was forced to go back.
I love the Grassy Slide a while ago. It could have been better if there are a huge amount of damage coming in from PaperX, but that's not going to be the case so far. But this setup could actually be the name of the game, at least for the objective all the way into the bottom path. 4 members reinforce immediately. Oh, with Hammer, very unfortunate. They use it in the Altarias and Swablues, need a couple of seconds to get it back on track. But BRU, they might rotate all the way into the top path and have the prioritization into the Regieleki because that Serena is left alone and there is not enough time to respond for PaperX.
Let's find out though if that's gonna be the player of the game here. But as you can see as well, in comparison to like game number 1, PaperX is much more aggressive than they are game 1. That they want to. While Buriram United Esports is forcing the issue, PaperX just wants to do it calculatively. Is that even a word? They want to do it in a systematic way. There we go. I'll just say systematically, to ensure that they take down their opponents one by one, and in a way that they would not have any casualties. But as I say that, the Blissey has been taken out.
Oh, taken out, and what a beautiful ice pack! What a and huge amount of damage to KO on the side of BRU, and right now they're going to be ice on the prize, which is the goal zone. Oh, look at that Serena with the Grassy Slide, being able to bring a lot of members. Oh, and going to send it as well. As it brought up, Baza has to back away a lot here. And what a turnaround for PaperX as they win the team fight up against BRU.
I feel like the Infinite Cyber coming from Solo was heavily mistimed because it hit no one. It hit no one. I mean, yeah, sure, they saw a bit of a information, but it actually hit no one, especially with the game with that of the Queen Ascendance, right? It puts the target away from the map-ish. That doesn't let it get hit by other attacks until it drops down.
And BRU almost had that one a while ago because they have been hungry for that goal zone a while ago, which made them overextend a lot because of the reinforcement of PaperX that was about to come. They were confident, they have Hoopa, they have better rotations. But the thing is, PaperX was one step ahead of time. They were there already. And right now, that's going to be the same case as well here in the top path. A lot of members of PaperX already down here below.
That, the wicked blow just to reposition Papaza was beautiful. Yimu, though, is going to be used with Ice Fang into the Wood Hammer right now. They need to get in back a little bit, have a little disengage here. But look at this. It seems like Buriram United Esports really wants to get in. But here comes the Rings Unbound, coming from that Hoopa, goes down bottom, allowing PaperX to destroy the first score goal and then take the Regieleki. Would they be able to take it though? That is a big question.
Yeah, because they still do have the Hoopa to set up the hyperspace hole here. If they try to go back into the base, use the jump pads immediately, definitely a good response, but not going to be quite the scenario here. Phantom Forest pop up to stop Pupaza's track even further.
Man, that was using the Unite move against just a singular Pokemon. It's quite questionable, really. It's quite an interesting decision to do. But then again, as long as it is still not at the last 1 minute before Rayquaza, that's fine. They would still be able to recover all those Unite moves going into this match.
Yeah, for sure. They really want those Unite moves to be up, recover it as quick as they could. But right now, we do have actually 3 out of 5 Unite moves coming in from Paper Rex. This is actually a great opportunity to force another team fight for Buriram Esports to be behind as much as possible. You need to bait out your opponents to invest your Unite moves as well. Specifically, we are at the 3-minute mark of the game. Oh!
The egg bomb was well, mispossession.
Yeah.
That would have been a huge what it calls deny coming in from Yang.
Oh, Earthquake! Oh, Ice Fang!
Ice Fang!
My goodness! What a beautiful move coming in!
That's not all. They're going to be able to answer back. This is going to be 3 KO for 1. That is a huge loss for Buriram United Esports.
Yeah, huge loss, but they do have Unite moves up and online. 4 of them to be specific. They can actually bounce back more further later on.
Age Smash is going to be taken out as well. That's 4 down in Buriram United Esports.
That's a lot of XP as well here, JJ. And might tell you, aside from the XP, they do have the position already all the way into the bottom objective. They still have 30 seconds to secure this one, and they have Rings and Bound. So if this would be a dance, they could actually deploy the Rings and Bound and go for an all-out fight, and right after that, go for the Rayquaza, and it's game over.
I personally do not think that they should dance in the Reggie bottom, because the Rayquaza isn't still up yet. If they do use the Rings and Bound, then, you know, they would be losing out a lot on sustainability. So, I mean, I guess that's going to be the player of the game here, coming from that Buriram Esports, as the Rayquaza are going to be coming up in just a second. Here comes the flying snake green thing that we were talking about, the Rayquaza.
3 points in the bag if you get the last hit on Rayquaza. But Paper Rex is the one going to be dominating the formation here. Everyone is backing away, but look at that.
100 points up top.
That's going to give them a lead out there. 72-point lead as of now, but no one has started the Rayquaza yet.
Oh, here you go. The positional advantage is on Paper Rex, and they know for a fact that they should not burst out a Rayquaza, because what if, right? Like, Buriram United Esports is just waiting for them, and it's really driving them insane as of the moment, because we can see that there's no one in Buriram United Esports on the central area. But now the Rings and Bound is up, and they can actually back to Buriram United Esports. And here we have it. It is going to be the Mammoth going to be taken out, and look at that. Very sad story is going to be a very sad story indeed as they get taken out. And the H-Lens is 2. It's going to be 3 down, and the Trailheads almost taken out as well. They want to get away, and Paper Rex is able to secure the Rayquaza, and now it's just scoring in. That's still not going to be enough, though. Never mind, it is enough now. 374 to 478. Paper Rex still has some points to put down into this game, and man, there's definitely not going to be an answer from Buriram United Esports from here on out, and so we are going to be heading straight to game number 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love how Paper Rex timing, well timed, in order to get the last hit all the way into the Rayquaza. A while ago, I was actually thinking if Upaza has the Earthquake up and ready to get the last hit, the Revenant Red as well. But Buriram United Esports, they decided to go all out into a team fight despite playing it very safe. Because here's the thing, if you go all out in a fight in a Rayquaza, it's a 50-50 situation. Like, it's either you lose, you get wiped out, or you win and you get the objective. And what happened to them is they almost got wiped out. They didn't get the objective, obviously. So no one was actually there to actually defend things down, shred the shield that the Rayquaza actually gave a Paper Rex. So it's a dead end. It's just the end of the day, right?
It is still not the end of the game. It's still just the semifinals of our lower bracket. And again, as we have mentioned, going to game number 3. Game number 3 tournament, APAC East. But obviously, we are not the right people to say whoever those are. We just have to wait and see, you know, the tournament when it happens. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, all trainers alike, we are now headed into game number 3 of Buriram United Esports and Paper Rex.
So we're not gonna be having a switching of sides here. So I think for the ban as well, could be respect ban, could be the same composition actually. So quite interesting so far. Yes, that's gonna be the Mimikyu, Blastoization, and potentially could be the Garchomp. I'm not seeing that Hoopa will get banned right away because they can actually counter it out. They can actually win despite that Hoopa being available by BRU.
Right. And now, as we have mentioned, huge possibility that we're going to be seeing the same set of Pokemon again for game number 3. So if we do get to see, what's the first pick? Hoopa? Do we still have to watch the do we still have to watch the draft?
Hoopa, Mirai. Fine, come on, never mind.
Okay, that's good. You know, this is actually a very good option as well. Knowing the fact that this is game number 3, they need to change things up. Well, really, they don't. It hasn't been working out well for them. But the thing is, if they already saw what you're going to be using game number 1 and game number 2, then definitely a surprise pick for game number 3 may be able to, you know, put you on the edge. And now this is going to be the first. Okay, never mind. I thought this is going to be the first time we're going to be seeing, you know, a new Pokemon in this tournament. But never mind. It is going to be the Charlotte and Psyduck and a Trevenant. Interested in Buriram and Esports, and then for Paper Rex, they are finally going to be the one using the Hoopa.
Yeah, and I think it's not just Hoopa. They might go for the Rhydon as well, which is, as far as I know, being utilized by BRU. So there's a huge potential. But yeah, it's actually a great option for them. They have firepower in terms of XP, SP attack. Same thing goes for the physical attack, which is Urshifu. Right. And the Serena that they do have on their pocket. But oh, here we go. If the Absol will be present, they need to step up in the early game. That is the key for BRU.
Oh yeah, indeed. And all they need to do is win the early game, and they would probably landslide this. If you know, with the Absol. The thing is, with Absol, we have been saying this for a lot of times now, is that, well, Absol is good, really good for the early game to the mid game. But everyone else, every Pokemon, well, they catch up with the Absol. But the thing is, with this kind of composition, the Gyarados, with the Reverend, with the Ceruledge, yeah. My bad, with the Ceruledge, dude, this Absol will not have any problems at all.
Oh yeah, I don't see any problems at all as well. Since if you're gonna be taking a look at the bigger picture, Rainy D, the purpose of this one is to KO someone coming in from Paper Rex as quick as he can.
Yeah.
And definitely that priority, number 1 could be Yang, number 2 it could be Solo. It's just between the two of them. And if they don't have the range already, that Gyarados and Ceruledge would just come in, tank everything else, deploy the damage, and you know, weaken their armor, because that is the ability of a Ceruledge. Weaken the armor, and then there goes the Gyarados actually could just bounce in, use the Dragon Breath, and still has the Moxie ability that actually make even things stronger and faster.
Man, it's I don't know, man. Like Buriram and Esports definitely is putting the run for the money for Paper Rex here, and with the Psyduck. See the thing, right? Psyduck. And you know, for the side of Paper Rex, they have the Urshifu, the Serena, they have the Umbreon, which are essentially a very scary Pokemon to be together. But Psyduck alone, Surf to disable, can, well, definitely not disable them, but stop them enough, you know, put up a little bit of lag to them to allow Trevenant, Charlish, and Absol to pull out all the damage alongside the Dragon Current coming from that of Gyarados.
Yeah, they have to do that one as well. They have to prioritize the Dragon's Current later on. In terms of, you know, team fight, you know, it would give a little bit amount of crowd control and amount of damage as well. But we cannot deny that if the Gyarados gets close to you, it seems like an Absol actually has more sustain.
Yes. It's the main key player here definitely for Buriram and Esports would have to be Gyarados. Because the moment that Gyarados can get in proper bounce into Dragon Current, That's all they need. That's all the setup they need. Dragon Current into Wood Hammer. Everyone else just follows through whatever they want to throw.
Yeah, right now, Altaria and Swablues, that's going to be the win coming in at the bottom lane for BRU. Paper Rex managed to trade all the way into the top path because, BRU wouldn't risk that Magikarp getting KO'd as early as
They
8
can't
minutes. You can't. Either you go slow or you go aggressive, dunk those points away, but Psyduck is not capable of doing the crowd controls in order for, for that Magikarp to escape with those splashes.
Yeah, man, it's 17-8 as of the moment. Nobody is taken out yet. Fun Jump, still a Fun Jump though. Quite unfortunate. But still gonna be able to put in some points. Now at level 5, now is a Trevenant, now has access to Wood Hammer. Can definitely help out a lot here. Even without the Horn Leech just yet. But even that's the case. Look at that. Gyarados currently gonna be putting up some stacks again with +1 points. But the side is gonna be taken out off cam though. There we have it again. 40-80. It's gonna be the play of the game here. We're gonna be waiting for them to be set up once again. There we have it. This time is now. They're gonna be able to be taking out the Gyarados, against that of Buriram United Esports as they use their the hyperspace hole rather, to be back into the base.
Yeah, and 20 seconds on the clock. Objectives are going to be online. Oh, nice Wood Hammer. Gochi managed to keep it up online. They got somehow a minimal amount of Swablues and the Altaria, to be specific. Right now, they're going to be rotating all the way down in the bottom lane. Yang left alone to defend it, but not going to be quite efficient. But that Reggie bottom objective, it's looking good so far for Paper Rex.
Yes, Zuri, and now the first set of objectives is now up. Paper Rex does have the advantage on it, but it is going to be absolute rainy day. It's going to be the one securing that for Buriram and Esports, and still was able to survive with a sliver of health. But the Gyarados is surviving. Oh my goodness, the Thunder is not going to be enough to take it. Whoa!
It wasn't taken down.
Okay, no, they were able to get back to the base.
What a base. What did I just witness? On time, perfectly timed goal got back into the base, and very unfortunate here for the Absol, as that is going to be the deny for Paper Rex, and they are the ones who's going to be scoring tons of goals here. That's actually 60 in total. That's very wonderful for Paper Rex, and they can actually get the Regieleki as well.
Yeah, 28 over cap here at the top path first to score goal. And the Regieleki is going to be secured here by Paper Rex as well, which is a really huge advantage for them. But Buriram United Esports, despite the fact they haven't really had a lot of casualties, so a little bit fine for them, for Paper Rex, at least at this point of the game. But obviously, they cannot let them have more.
Yeah, a lot more indeed, because have to keep it up.
Yes,
keep up the momentum. Keep as much as possible. Be on equal footing. Do not be behind.
Yes, sir.
As much as you can. And this Psyduck, very sad. Didn't you? I thought that was their hyperspace hole. I thought that was why I was wondering, why did the Psyduck didn't use the hyperspace hole?
Dude, you saw the Psyduck said, "Oh no, bro."
Oh no.
You saw the head turn, bro. You saw the head turn. It's like disappointed in itself, bro. Yo.
Legitimate headache, right? Headache.
Yes.
For real.
It wasn't just, like, by the lore, the head is always aching. The head is always aching, but at that point, it wasn't just a headache, bro. They were disappointed in themselves. They didn't use the hyperspace hole. But never mind. Speaking of that, though, actually, no, they're not going to be able to use the hyperspace hole because it is on Paper Rex. But anyway, though, the reason about is getting popped up down bottom, but they are answering back as Paper Rex wants to be able to score up top as well, just to put a little bit of a threshold into the side of the second tier score goal up top for Buriram United Esports. But then again, they're going to be able to secure the Reggie bottom as well. And look at that, Saya is going to be able to take down the Urshifu intercepted Paper Rex. And off cam, it is going to be the Sterile Edge taking down the Miraida intercepted Paper Rex, 156 to 181.
And that's actually a great investment to use the Phantom Force in order to secure the KO. But right now, they don't have enough Unite moves to be specific if they really do want to contest this Regieleki at the hands of Buriram Esports. But might tell you, they still have that Gyarados that could bounce a lot into their potential. They also have Hornleech and Wood Hammer. Once again, if they really want things to be closed out in the spaces that they have to fill in.
Oh yeah, and here to have it. Whew, man, Papaza was able to get away. Beautiful stuff. Just because of the fact that Paper Rex wanted to have a little bit of refresh here, but now it is you know, the Gyarados and Papaza going up top, just trying to well, you know, guard it out. But never mind, it is the Gyarados soloing the Regieleki. But because the elevator is up and available, the Serena was able to go there as well. They're gonna be able to take down the Psyduck down bottom, but is that gonna be enough though? Only a minute left here before the Rayquaza comes up, and look at that, the Absol putting in 50. Are they gonna be able to do it? Yes, sir. They will be able to put down 50. 206 to 181 is gonna be the play of the game here. But a rainy day. Well, it seems as if it was raining that time. They got taken out.
Yeah, and right now this Gyarados, gets taken down immediately by the Urshifu, but there's actually a follow-up coming in from Buriram Esports. They want to knock it out as soon as they can, and perfectly timed. Hyperspace hole to get a refresh, just like what you've said, and definitely they will be going into the top half. They want those last-second objective as much as possible for the pressure later on at the final stretch.
You know, if Buriram Esports wants to win this, they really need to take the Regieleki. Paper Rex, despite being at 181, I mean, like, look, it's like less than 16 points of a lead, but still, 15 points lead. They are having some difficulties against that of Paper Rex. Against that of Paper Rex into that of team fight. So if they do want to win this, they definitely need that Regieleki to help them out. But look at this though, we're gonna be able to see the final matchup, the final fight of this matchup.
Oh, and you can actually see that the Urshifu is trying to guard the top path goal zone, but that Regieleki would be enough to take out the 96 points. And Buriram Esports is up by so much, but that Rayquaza could flip the tables around Papaza. HP not looking good here, JJ.
Well, not quite yet, because they have not activated their their threshold in terms of HP, and still alive, gonna be able to get back into the base, gets a little bit of refresh here. Very sad though, we'll have that in. And look at that, Moonlight Press gonna be popped out as well, gonna be able to take down the Absol. That's what we're talking about. And the Bright Future Meteor Storm into the Reverend Ren is gonna be the pop up here. It's gonna be 2 down to the center for Esports. The price of 1, that is the Hoopa. But the thing is, would they be able to follow through? Even this into the Wicked Blow, gonna be able to take down the Gyarados. Yeah, oh my goodness. Paper Rex is now pushing down the Rayquaza. It is only very sad that's keeping up Rayquaza inside Buriram. But never mind, look at that, 3KO into Paper Rex, and they're gonna be able to take down the Rayquaza, and they did. Buriram Esports takes down Paper Rex, takes the Rayquaza, and they can score in.
They're gonna get a score in. That's a hundo, making them up by as much as almost 300 points. That's gonna be a lot. And there's no room for Paper Rex to bounce back. 24 seconds on the clock. They might have the jump pass, but they don't have the energy to score in tier 1 at bottom path.
Dude, my heart. My heart, bro. Dude, my heart is pumping so hard. What is this game?
Wow.
And that is it. Buriram United Esports showing us that sure, they might have not won for, you know, a lot of tournaments. They have not brought upon their names, but Asia Champions League was the perfect platform for them to showcase their talents, their prowess, and to put their names up the board. But here's the thing. They might have won against Paper Rex. They made Paper Rex say goodbye to the tournament. But this is going to be a reset against against Miran Sejong. Game number 1, match number 1 of today. Buriram United Esports versus Miran Sejong, which is going to be the same matchup for the lower bracket.